Alright guys, so today I'm taking a look at a smart plug. This particular smart plug is from a company that I've actually used one of their products before. It's actually pretty good, especially for the price you pay, but that's not about that. It's about this. It's a little smart plug, and this is a 2-pack. I actually have something plugged into it. So when you have these in the wall plugged in, you can have them in, they're not going to interfere with, if you have 2 of them plugged in, or if you plugged in a device below or above, it's not going to interfere with it. But these are what they look like. They're pretty solid, and they have a little LED switch on the side. Now, you can use the app that they have made by the company, the Nooie, I guess that's how it's, or Nooie, as I think it's how it's pronounced, this little box that it comes in. So you could use that app, and then you can activate a child lock function, which disables the actual button on the side for safety purposes. But because I don't have any children, and because I'm already using one of the other apps that works with it, like the Tuya, T-U-Y-A, you can also use Smart Life. They're basically the same, made by the same people. But if you already have an app on your phone, you can probably just utilize that app because it probably will work. You should at least give it a try so you don't have 10 different apps for 10 different devices, controlling your smart home devices. So this is compatible with the If This Then That service, IFTTT, in case you're familiar with that. Also, of course, the Google Assistant, and what I use personally is the Amazon Echo line of products. So you can use any of those. It does work with that. It does, automatic lights. It does have a little user guide, user manual if you need it, but basically you just plug it in, wait for the lights to flash, open the app, add the device, go through the steps with the 2.4 gigahertz network as far as your password goes, entering that, and it should pair up and you should be good to go. And range shouldn't be an issue, but I'll leave some additional information either at the beginning of the video, or if you want to check the link below, anything we don't cover, but just the basics. So this is what you're looking at size wise. Again, not very large, and we're going to add it real quick right now. So let me just do this. So now you can see the lamp here. Got my phone, and I have the unit here. So if I had one plugged in already, like that, I can still plug this one in, as you can see. But I don't want both of them plugged in. So there's a little LED flashing light. And if I go ahead into the Tuya app, I'm going to add a device. Socket. It's blinking. Confirm. I've already got the network saved because I've added devices here before. So we'll give it a second, see if it pairs up. So normally I would just do this, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of the process so you can see. Now the thing is, if you connect a lamp or a fan or whatever you connect, it needs to be an item that has a switch that physically could be turned into the on position and left that way. Some of the touch sensitive things, they're not going to work because you don't have that physical switch. Alright, so PA10 is the name. I can of course edit that. Done. I could share that device if I wanted to. I can't monitor power, but I can set up schedules and timers, so if I wanted to have it run for a certain amount of time, or if I wanted to have it come on and off at certain times. And it's going to take a few seconds longer than expected because it's actually going through the process of upgrading automatically, which is actually kind of nice. So there's a firmware update for the device, which is good because sometimes you don't actually go through and check for those updates. People don't always think about doing so. So it's kind of nice to have that option. Generally, you shouldn't have a problem if the power or the Wi-Fi were to cut out or go down. It should pretty much pick up on its own afterwards. So that shouldn't be a real issue. But yeah, I didn't expect it to go through the upgrading process, but I guess that's part of what you deal with when you try to show someone kind of the start to finish But you saw how quickly I was able to get it set up and added. I plugged it in, it went into pairing mode, I clicked on, and had it not been for the fact that I already had my network password entered into the app because I've used it previously, I would have had to enter that. That would have been the slowest process, typing that in. Otherwise, it's just a next type of situation. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So it's very easy. You can actually, like I said, rename this to something. So if you wanted to put an office lamp and a bedroom lamp, hall lamp, different things like that. So you could denote which one is which, more easily. You can do so. So a lot of flexibility, of course, with these different smart devices. And this is at 80, 90 something percent now. So in just a moment, hopefully, I'll be able to show you the actual app a little bit closer. So I apologize that it's a few, additional, extra minute or two. All right, firmware upgrade successfully. So I don't know how well it shows up, but hopefully you can see it says off. And if I touch, that flips it on, and you can see the difference, and then off. Now, obviously, as I said, switch in the on position, and then now everything is controlled here. So whether I'm on a wireless network with my phone somewhere other than the area where I'm at now, if I was just using my cellular connectivity on my phone, and so long as my network and my home or my office or wherever it is operational, and of course, as I said, 2.4, not 5 gigahertz, I could turn the lamp off and on. I could also do some options here. I don't know if you can see this. Looks like a schedule, a countdown. You got different options. Yeah, I don't have very good vision, so I can't read all of the options very easily. So you got circulate and random. So I guess then you could have the lights turn off and on at random, kind of imitate someone in your home, so that if you happen to be on vacation and you want the lights to turn off and on random. So some pretty cool features and options available. Like I said, the only thing you really can't do with this plug that you might be able to do with some other plugs is you can't monitor the actual energy used. So not a big deal, but something to take into account and keep in mind in the event that's important to you. But other than that, so you got so you do have the child lock right in the Toya app. So that's good, because I was kind of under the impression that might be limited to the app that they make specific. So that's nice. So if you use Smart Life or Toya, you can actually lock that so that the kid can't come up. I guess that doesn't actually work. So see, real world experience. I'll have to investigate that more, I suppose. I do like the restart status on off, so you can remember the last status. So that's kind of cool, so you could have that. But the child lock, if I turn that in the on position, you can see it. Hopefully you can see that that is green. So it is activated. So that is, from my understanding, supposed to disable the switch. Okay. So it seems to sometimes work, but not always. So that's a little bit of a thing that might need to be addressed, maybe with another future firmware update. So that's definitely something you should consider if you're considering this device. I don't have children, so personally that is not relevant to me. Don't care at all, but it could be very important for someone that's watching this video. So I'm kind of glad that happened, because that's really good information to have. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot else to it, just off, on, pretty straightforward. And then when you're in your main app. So it just depends on what app you choose as far as the layout. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool that they have that option, but that child lock feature might need a little work. So hopefully that is useful to you, especially if you have children. It probably is very useful. Again, if you want to find out more about this, check out the link below the video and you can find out more. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching.